Hi, smartphone shooters. Hi, smartphone filmmakers. Well, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Pro Movie Camera app. Now, I have been filming 90% of videos on the Extra Edit channel using my iPhone 12 Pro. Ever since the year started, I have embarked on using my smartphone for filming YouTube videos. I also got myself a new camera, which is a little bit interesting, just to add some more sauce, some more niceness to the channel. Today we're talking about the Pro Movie Camera app, and we're going to be directly comparing it against the Blackmagic Camera app. Now, this is the valley line, just right above my head up here. I usually come down here for my lunchtime walks, and I come down to the river valley, and that's the river right there. It's still frozen and frosty. The temperature right about now is about between 8 and 9 degrees, which is very nice. So starting off with the Pro Movie Camera app. First of all, this app is not free, okay? It's not free. Just like the way you see the Filmic Pro app, which is also not free, comes at a cost. But the difference between the Pro Movie app and Filmic Pro is this one is a one-time payment, and it's only about $5. If you're in the US, it could be around $4. But if you're in Canada, it could be somewhere between 5 and 6 Canadian dollars. But it's a one-time subscription, and that's it. So I think this is good for the money if you compare it against Filmic Pro. Now, comparing it against the Blackmagic Camera app, of course, Blackmagic Camera app is free. You would think that, okay, I'd rather go with a free one instead of paying the $5. But I mean, what's $5? What's $4? That's very little money. So you can do away with that. You can pay the $4 or the $5 and get the app, because after all, it's a one-time subscription. So first app that we're going to talk about is the video codecs. In my previous video, I talked about video codecs, H.265 and H.264. Now, I must tell you that I'm shooting using the iPhone 12 Pro, which only supports H.265 and H.264. With the Blackmagic Camera app, you can only shoot up to 30 frames per second at H.264 and up to 60 frames per second using H.265. When it comes to the Pro Movie Camera app, you can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second and 1080p 240 frames per second. And that's kind of sweet. $4 versus what you get in terms of frame rates. I think I would pay the $4 and just get the Pro Movie Camera app. That is if you really want to shoot some buttery smooth video. Yeah, that is if you want to shoot some buttery smooth video. For example, if you want to shoot slow motion, then I think the Pro Movie app shines. It takes the cake because you can shoot up to 240 frames per second as compared to the Blackmagic Camera app that can't shoot 240 frames per second, no matter the resolution. Even if you bring it down to 720, you would have expected that to be the case, that bringing down the resolution would allow you to shoot at higher frame rates. But that with this, I think the Pro Movie Camera app takes the cake. It's beautiful down here. It's very beautiful. And I hope I'm recording. Yeah, we are recording. I just wanted to make sure. The next thing is about image stabilization. You know, when you're vlogging like this, like me, and you're trying to, walk around with your phone and you're filming in public, when you're using the Blackmagic Camera app, you have up to 3 image stabilization settings. You have the standard, you have the extreme, and the cinematic. But when you compare that against the Pro Movie app, which gives you only 2 image stabilization settings. So you have your cinematic and then you have your extreme, and that's it. You don't have anything more than that. So in terms of image stabilization, I think that maybe the Blackmagic Camera app takes the cake on this one. But again, there is a trade-off, because if you're filming using the extreme image stabilization on the Blackmagic Camera app, expect a big crop on your video. So if you don't want a crop on your video, just always stay within the cinematic or the standard image stabilization, which is something that the Pro Movie Camera app is also able to do. So I think it's a tie on this one. Now, when it comes to zoom features, I must tell you that I think the Blackmagic Camera app is a better camera. But again, working with small sensors, such as, sensors on the phone, are very small sensors. So if you decided to zoom in, then you're going to get a lot of noise. And introducing a lot of noise in your images, in your pictures, that kind of makes your pictures unusable. It makes them unusable, and that's not cool. So staying within, I think, 2x, 5x in some cases, but I think 2x would be the most usable in this case. So staying within that range would give you still good quality videos as compared to a person who wants to zoom all the way up to 15x. I mean, that's what the Blackmagic Camera app can offer you. You can zoom up to 15x. But that footage is not usable, I must tell you, because I've tried it out. You can try it out yourself and tell me what your results are in the comment section. Of course, we know that the iPhone 15 Pro gives you up to, they say 5x zoom, but is that usable? Let's be realistic here. I don't think so. So staying within the 2x zoom gives you a more usable video file. As you can see, that's the river valley. It's beautiful today. So another thing I want to talk about is the ISO settings. Now, when it comes to ISO settings, both apps give you the same. No matter what kind of camera you're using, whether you're using the wide, the telephoto, or the ultra wide, you're getting the same settings, the same ISO range across all lenses. So that's a tie for both camera apps. Whoop! There's a lot of water here. Look at that. You guys see that reflection? Let's go. Oh! I've come so far. I've come so far. In fact, I think it's time for us to make a U-turn and go back to work. This is a very beautiful neighborhood. I wish I stayed here. It kind of gives me, look at the house. Look at the house in the woods. I must tell you that it looks like one of those houses I've seen in Europe. And those are the vibes. A lot of wood, shingles, No, iron sheets, not shingles. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're finding value in this video, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Don't be afraid to share it with your family, your dog, and your cats. These houses are beautiful, man. Look at that. Those homes are beautiful. Very beautiful. So in terms of shutter speed, now this is where it becomes a little bit tricky. There's going to be a lot of numbers, okay? But with the Blackmagic Camera app, your shutter speed runs all the way from 1/24th of a second up to 1/8,000 of a second. You would think that that range is very wide. So when you compare that against the Pro Movie Camera app, when you're shooting in ultra wide on the Pro Movie Camera app, you're getting a range of about 1/24th of a second to 1/16,000 of a second. And then when you switch that up to the wide, which is your 26mm, you're going to be getting a shutter speed range of 1/24th to 1/64,000 of a second. So as you can see, looks like the Blackmagic Camera app is being beaten left and right in regard to shutter speed. And now when you switch to the telephoto, which is your 52mm lens, on the Pro Movie Camera app, it's a tie because you're getting the same range. So the number is 1/24th of a second to 1/8,000 of a second, which is kind of standard with the Blackmagic Camera app across all lenses. Oh, by the way, let's talk about white balance. So with the white balance settings, The Pro Movie Camera app has a shorter range as compared to what you get with a Blackmagic Camera app. For example, the Blackmagic Camera app gives you a white balance range of from 2500 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin, as compared to the Pro Movie Camera app, which gives you a white balance range from 2500 Kelvin to only 9,000 Kelvin. Now, that is a very small difference. I mean, a difference of 1,000 Kelvin is not that big. And again, using a smartphone, who's going to notice that? Because who's going to shoot at 9,000 Kelvin? I don't think any of us can shoot at 9,000 Kelvin in terms of white balance. So most of us are in the range of either daylight, which is about between 5,000 and 5,600 Kelvin. That's where most of us shoot our videos. So 9,000, 10,000 Kelvin, I don't think that's a big deal. This video, by the way, is a one take. I haven't been like stopping recording and then starting all over again. I've just been like shooting constantly. You know why? Because I'm very confident with the amount of storage I have on my phone right now. I deleted most of the heavy videos from the phone to, you know, create more space for this video. On top of that, I'm also filming at h.265. And on the Pro Movie Camera app, they tell you clearly that filming at h.265 gives you 50% less file size as compared to h.264, which is kind of sweet if you've been wondering which video codec to choose. So just know, if you don't have enough memory, always shoot in h.265. The last setting I want to talk about is the switching between lenses. When you switch between lenses on the Blackmagic Camera app, you can go from your ultra wide to your wide and then to your telephoto. And you have the possibility of customizing everything across all those lenses and also locking those settings. So if I started filming in ultra wide with my settings locked in and I switched it up to, let's say, the telephoto lens, my settings won't change. But when it comes to the Pro Movie Camera app, if you want to switch up the lenses, then everything is going to change and you have to reset your settings from scratch, which is a disadvantage on the Pro Movie Camera app. So the Blackmagic Camera app shines on that one. Let's talk about the user interface. I must say that the user interface on the Pro Movie Camera app, in my opinion, I think is better. That's the train, man. Yeah, I guess that's that, guys. Look at that bird. Yeah, that's that from me today. Hope you guys subscribe and like the video, share it. I love you, and say hi to your mom. I'm out of here.